Alright, there's no Newgrounds reviews for this one, because this wasn't on Newgrounds. Pinstripe Hourglass did this one for us off Zaptomatic's website.
So he paid money to play this.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
We must reimburse him, by the way. That is a non-negotiable.
Or give him a medal.
All right.
Ambition.
This one wasn't recorded in the studio. Okay, this is different now.
Oh, I have lots of feedback.
Look, this time you have to interrupt people. Like, okay, so there's new gameplay challenges here. That, by the way, is beautiful graphics right there. All right, so here's all the facts from the previous cases. I'm not gonna.
Here's my Yale clip art.
Yale, by the way, has no hands.
Right.
Seriously, look at that tie. That's ridiculous.
Come on, Yale. You try to make yourself look neat once, please.
I'm a hotshot lawyer. Look at this. You're undercover pretending to be a marriage counselor.
I left the office at about 11:30 and discovered that my car was missing.
He's a lying, cheating son of a bitch. I wouldn't believe a word he says.
Are those his hands?
What really
Objection?
How could you betray me with that anemic weed?
And I want to interrupt here.
Sure.
I want to speak in private
Careful
for a
not
moment.
to say something you'll later regret.
You'll later regret.
He scares the heck out of me.
Dove into that
He lied
plant.
to the police
She
about
flies
the car.
like Princess
It
Peach.
wasn't stolen. He followed me in his car up to the lake and forced me over. Then he jumped into my car and drove
Did it
me
get
home,
darker in
locked
here?
me in the house, and then rode his bike back to
All
get
right,
his
let's see
car.
what the plant thinks.
I think he killed her. But you know, we should go
All right.
back in there or he's going to leave.
Uh-oh,
I
look
can't
at
trust
this.
him anymore. His cold heart is ruled by blind ambition. He's a psychopath. Oh no, he's taken off. We shouldn't have left him alone. Sorry, I've got to get out of here.
We're the worst marriage counselor ever.
Or Yale just has ADHD.
The game gives us like a little pat on the shoulder. Like, it's no real fault of yours. Let's try
Float over to the couch here.
Another undercover therapy session.
He's a lying, cheating son of a bitch, and I wouldn't believe a word he says.
By the way,
Tell the counselor what really happened, dear.
How could you betray me with that anemic weed?
I didn't betray you. You see,
Never mind. Let me ask you something here.
Oh, please. Has that ever occurred?
I'm sorry. Let me just interrupt again.
Oh, please. Has that ever occurred
Interrupt.
to you that it may be healthy and cathartic to personally attack that creep? It's just words. Better than sharp objects.
I don't think that's how the saying goes.
Sharp.
I'm sorry. Let me stop you there.
I'm sorry, words better than sharp objects?
Hold on. Let's just speak privately now.
You see, in Helen's
Sorry for interrupting.
universe, everything revolves around her. She can't fathom the possibility that my liaison with Angie had nothing to
Oh, he's
do
talking
with
about cheating on her now with Angie.
You see, if there's an earthquake in Panama, Helen will have...
This is the best way to
result
explain away my
Don't be
adultery.
an idiot.
Every cosmic disturbance is inextricably linked to her raging
I'd like to
psyche.
interrupt you, Yale.
Are you suggesting that if I weren't so bitchy and instead acted like a sweet, compliant little wifey, you still would have had
Yes.
have a pastry?
Helen makes the most sumptuous pastries.
Not every day. If I...
I'm gonna stop you here. What the hell are you talking about?
What the hell is going
Food
on?
plays a significant role in her life.
I think the question
Wow.
was addressed to me.
Then answer it.
I'm trying to.
She makes enormous amounts of food every day,
What
which
does
neither
this
of
have
us
to
can
do
eat.
Are you going to let me speak?
Of course, dear. I'm just allowing
gonna
you
let this
time to
play out.
formulate
Look at
your thoughts
this.
into a coherent
Listen
structure.
to how he talks to me. How could anyone put up with that?
We're all
Put up
still
with either
waiting
of
for
you.
you to answer the question about what role food plays in your life.
I don't know what food
Interrupt.
has to
I
do
like
with
a
anything.
pastry.
It's a stupid question.
You see how judgmental she is?
I'm not judgmental.
You've just criticized the question.
What question?
You see what I'm faced with? Her brain is a mass of misfiring neurons.
So that excuses your infidelity?
It might explain my need for intelligent company.
Oh,
Shit.
Yale!
Uh-oh.
Whoa, she
Helen
flew
is
away.
a practitioner of the shock and awe school of diplomacy.
I am
And you're
exerting
not?
extreme
What is she
self-control
holding?
and not hurling this piece of crystal at
It's
your
a piece of
brain.
crystal.
How many seconds?
Look, we can't interrupt now. There's nothing you
Is
can
that a
do.
dare?
Schoolgirl temper tantrums is what I have to put up with.
Shut up, you pompous, arrogant...
What? Can't think of an offensive
Oh, I brought a
noun?
band with me.
Oh!
Helen, that's not the door, that's just the next room.
Just arrest her for murder. Whatever.
No, don't hurt my plant that's in there.
Alright, we're gonna have an experienced mediator if we fail 3 times. And
Is that
he'll
how
just
you
play...
react when things are thrown at you? Oh.
I left the office at about 11:30 and discovered that my car was missing.
Can I interrupt you and get a pastry?
And I wouldn't believe
So
a
this
word
is the
he
follow-up
said.
to what just happened in Ambition 8?
Tell the counselor what
Well,
really
we interrogated Bridget, and now we're posing as a marriage counselor, which I'm pretty sure is not quite legal.
You see, in Helen's self-centered...
I'm gonna stop you there, yo.
I suspected
Can we
the
go
minute
back
I
to where
saw
we
her.
left off before?
She had it coming to
Go
her.
grab the
What
crystal,
are you
Helen.
talking
We'll go from
about?
there.
She was an innocent.
Oh, please.
She was. It was her naivety that she could take on a big drug company that did her in.
Are you suggesting
Yeah,
that
your
Dad-
neck isn't connected to your head. Look on the left.
Buster, Your tongue is another part of your anatomy you should zip up.
You can't
I don't
help
have
your
Wait,
tongue.
how
to
does
this.
that...
You're not just going to walk out.
Why not? We're not getting anywhere. This is a vicious loop. And at the end of the month, the bills still need to get paid.
All right,
Pastry?
I'm going shopping.
I charge by the word, by the way.
Well, I couldn't interrogate them or fix their marriage.
I left the office at about 11:30
Look
and
at
discovered
this.
that my car
We can
was
have
missing.
Duke play the game for us.
Son of a bitch, and I wouldn't believe a word
And
he
actually,
said.
you can complete the game that way.
Okay, so you want
Well,
to
that
watch
sounds
the master?
fun.
Stand back and be amazed.
Now it's a movie. I'd like to send
I don't mind
feedback,
telling
by the
you
way.
that I don't know the first
Dale, you're
thing
gonna
about
change
marriage
clothes or
counseling.
something?
You two are so desperate, I doubt they'll notice.
Ted,
I wanna
Duke, they
find
can
out
hear
if
us.
Dale lied about what happened the night of the murder, and if so,
Dale,
why?
just
Dale, the
don't-
walls are thin. They just heard
Okay,
it.
you two, how about we get started at the beginning? Dale,
Don't mind my
take
friend
the
standing
ketchup
behind
out of the
me.
bag.
I left
What
the
do you
office
mean by
at
the
about
cat jumping
11:30
out of the
and
bag?
discovered that my car was missing.
I'll just lean on Duke's shoulder.
Hold
And I
it,
would-
hold. We're gonna get nowhere fast, ma'am, if you attack
Hey, get back
him like
behind
that.
me.
Oh, please.
I'll just stand in the
Never
middle and
occurred to
turn
you
toward
that It may
everyone.
be healthy and cathartic to personally attack that creep. It's just words. Better than sharp objects.
Strong words lead to sharp objects.
Oh, since when have you been afraid
Just
of
like
strong
Sun Tzu
words?
said.
Hey, hang on a minute. Yale, would you mind if I
Sure.
had a word with your wife in private?
I just like to interrupt.
Hello? What are you asking him for permission to speak with me for? He's not my master.
That's a good
I'm
point.
sure it was simply meant as a courtesy, dear.
Courtesy? If you want to speak
Whoa.
to me, ask me. Not
And while you're
Okay,
gone, can
okay,
you two get
sorry.
better microphones?
Can you and I speak in private for a moment? Sheesh.
Sure, follow me.
Careful not
No,
to
she's
do
just fine.
something you'll later regret.
You'll later
He
regret,
scares the
huh?
heck out of me. He lied to the police about the car. It wasn't stolen. He followed me in his car up to the lake and forced me over.
I'm sorry, you talked over yourself there. She interrupted herself is what happened there.
Wow, I'm so excited. Why would anyone want to return to interactive mode?
At
this
trust him
point.
anymore. His cold heart is ruled by blind ambition. He's a psychopath.
I fingered him for a bad dude.
Huh?
Don't you worry. I'll watch your back. Now let's get back in there before he splits.
You,
Have a pastry.
you got it.
Helen makes the most sumptuous pastries.
Not every day.
Fucking these
If I had made them every
pastries.
day, maybe he wouldn't have cheated on me.
I knew something would make Yale do that smile.
Lethargic, ugly, and she wouldn't have
If I
been
made
attracted
these
to me.
pastries, you wouldn't have cheated on
It's
me.
all my fault.
Helen, can you tell me what role food plays in your
It's always
life?
back to the
Food
food.
plays a significant role in her life.
Who
says that?
What address to me?
Then answer.
What are we talking about?
I'm
Him
fine.
cheating on her?
She
Is
makes
that
enormous amounts of food every day, which neither of us can eat.
Are you going to let me speak?
Of course, dear. I'm just allowing you time to formulate your thoughts.
Yale is such a
Listen to
dick.
how he talks to me. How could anyone put up with that?
We're all still waiting for you to answer the question about what role
No, we're
food
not.
plays in
No,
your
it's
life.
I don't know what
Cares.
food has to do with anything. It's a stupid...
It is. I agree
How
with her.
judgmental she is.
I'm not judgmental.
You've just criticized the question.
What question?
Duke, are we going to interrupt any of this?
Her brain is a mass of misfiring
Duke's like, no, this is
neurons.
great.
So that excuses your...
You didn't spell
Helen,
misfiring.
how
right?
long did you know about your husband's affair?
I suspected
And what
the
role
minute
does
I
the
saw
food
her.
play?
She had it coming to her.
Let's
What are
get
you
back to
talking
these
about? She was
pastries.
an innocent.
Oh, please.
She was. It was her naivety that she could take on a big drug company that did her in.
Are you suggesting that Daddy...
Of course not.
Neil, are you suggesting that someone at Somaplex was responsible for the murder?
All I was saying is that
What's a
interest
pop
in the
filter,
drug
by the way?
tax route extends far beyond our little community. The military is interested, the government.
Look how fascinated she
all
is.
of whom would not be too happy about what she was writing.
And then he takes a
for
bite out of the
someone-
pastry before
I
continuing.
don't have any interest in it.
No,
Smiles.
but he works for my father. You may have heard of him.
Rolf Klink!
Daddy, what are you doing here?
Good morning, sir. What a pleasant
I'm tagging in for
surprise.
Duke.
Can I get you a coffee, a Danish? You should try one of your daughters. Never mind. It's clear I'm interrupting.
Excuse me, sir, but we're in the midst
How
of
did you
a
get to this
therapeutic
office?
session.
Who is this person? I don't believe we've met. I'm sorry. This is our marriage counselor. A marriage counselor? Goodness gracious. I'd rather submit to a proctologist. A good
Doesn't my
marriage
head
is built
fit well on this
mutual
polo-wearing
delusion.
body?
Mutual delusion.
Will only lead to misery. With all due respect to you and your, profession, these two would
Wow,
be
I
better
practically
off
heard the
seeking
quotes on that
services
one.
of an astrologer. I
good
think
day.
we can fix anything that needs fixing in this marriage
pardon
with a
me,
relaxing day on my
By the way, can I have a raise?
We're in the midst of a
Duke, you just said that.
session.
Daddy, please come back later. We're actually getting somewhere here.
Really?
Oh, all right.
Okay, so
We
Gail,
just float
you
out
had
of
an
here.
affair with the shrink because she was able to organize her thoughts better than your wife.
You've missed the point completely.
I'll say.
And you're a bad
All the
marriage
time
counselor.
making pastries in the hope of making you faithful. Do you have any idea how hurtful you've been to her?
She only found out about it because she put her
what's
where it
this?
didn't
Was this
belong.
made in the
If she'd only
1940s?
Got out, nobody would have been hurt.
Hello? We're married, Yale. There shouldn't be any secrets.
You see what I have to
The
deal
word
with?
should. You get all kinds of fleeky ideas from your trashy magazine.
Then you grab violins.
Love has nothing to do
Even
with
Don
real
Draper would be like, dude, you gotta be more respectful toward women.
We're both sitting in it right now, and our marriage is ruined.
It's not ruined. It's just slightly tarnished. Nothing that a night of abandon on the town won't fix.
You
What?
guys seem to be way apart on love and marriage. Can you agree on even the fundamentals?
That Helen should make all the food and
What the?
Sex,
Love,
money, and
Money,
trust.
trust.
We have sex.
Constantly.
Hardly ever. Three times a week. We have lots of money.
Money's not a problem. My father's very
We
rich.
complete each other's sentences.
Are they doing a dramatic interpretation?
Apparently, I've got good reason.
Bingo! You both agree trust is
Got it.
important.
Dude, don't play
But you've
bingo.
blown it, big fella. Helen,
Big
what
fella.
does he have to do to regain your trust?
He needs to stop lying.
I'm not lying.
You lied
Except about the
the
affair.
night of the
Uh-oh.
murder.
It wasn't really a lie.
Your car wasn't stolen from your office.
No.
Good
but it wasn't
catch.
stolen.
Yeah, it was stolen.
By the way,
night of
Helen, why
murder.
is your arm in a curve
Kill
like
her?
that?
No, you know I didn't. Ted's ex-wife killed her and stole my car.
How do you know
Dun,
she
dun, dun.
killed her?
Look, I don't think it's appropriate to be discussing this now.
Especially with all the
totally
bones gone from your
appropriate.
arm.
It's only
Confidential,
appropriate.
right?
This session is confidential. Nothing said here can be used later in court.
All right. When
Except
I
it
went
will.
back for my car and my bike, it wasn't there. I looked around and I saw her.
Was she alive?
No.
Did you order that woman to kill her?
No, of course not. How could you think that?
Yes, you got me there.
Had no motive, but you do.
I know. That's why I had to lie. When I saw her lying there, I was sick. I knew I'd be the prime
Speaking of
suspect.
I was sick of
so
pastries.
afraid. Look, you've got to believe me.
You got to
didn't kill her and I
believe
know
me.
nothing about it.
Believe me.
What about him?
Wasn't the shrink gonna screw up his real estate deal with the drug company?
I can't
Wait, what?
believe you're
Stop
accusing
spitting
your
into the
own
microphone, you
father.
two.
Dale, we both know Daddy is a ruthless, unprincipled manipulator.
He's your father.
And having an affair with a murderer.
Oh, get off your high hypocritical liberal horse. You
Liberal?
want to sell this place, move into something we actually earned?
What do you mean?
I mean, the real world is not as pretty as you
That
like
horse
to
wanting
imagine.
handouts for the
White
poor.
man has achieved world domination because
Wait, what?
he enslaved the
Let's
black
not go there,
man. You know
ambition.
what's
Okay,
still
let's-
going on today in the third world.
Oh,
You're
please.
blind.
Not another lecture.
I love you, Helen, and I want you to live
Wait,
a
what?
good life.
Wait, how did we get...
But I'd hate to think it was made possible by murder, torture, and oppression.
Then stop
And now my
thinking.
other arm is melting.
I'd like to
Hey,
give
look
you
at this! Look at this!
I want to take my lovely, beautiful
lovey.
wife on a reckless night of abandon on the town. Just you, me, and this 24-carat diamond necklace.
Oh my god! Look at her eyes!
This beautiful necklace.
Its beauty will radiate tenfold when it's enhanced by the beauty.
I mean, that just screams
Of course I
24
love it.
karat.
From the
Did
bottom
you
of
see her
my
eyes
heart.
sparkle when she saw it?
Isn't this a lovely present? Maybe you think I'm shallow for accepting it. I want to be married, even to him. I want to believe that everything's okay. Because when I believe that, I'm happy.
It's
The truth
ridiculous.
more often than not will make you miserable. We only live once, and I'm one of the lucky ones. So thank you for all your help.
So, any couples having problems, just
I'd
watch this
say
video.
I'm done. Mission accomplished.
Great job, Duke.
Yeah. Look, the best possible resort, short of splitting up, which they probably should do. And then, in the last episode, we're the evil tycoon. What? Evil, it's all, it's the ghost, it's cunning banality. Oh my god.
Alright. Oh.
Yeah, it's... Oh god.
I left the
I quit. Leave.
I suspected the minute I saw her.
I'll just stop you right there, Helen.
What are
Yeah,
you
I'll just give her
talking
the
about?
diamond
She was
necklace.
an
It'll be
innocent.
fine.
That's
Oh,
right.
please.
She was. It was her naivety that she could take on a big drug company that did her in.
Are you suggesting that Daddy...
Help, I'm playing Ambition. Click that button.
Your tongue...
All I was saying is that interest in the drug PAX Week extends far beyond our little community. The military is interested, the government, powerful players,
And they're
all
only-
of whom would not
They're
be
only
too
interested
happy
because I
about
gave
what
them
he was
the
writing.
24-carat
For
diamond
someone.
necklaces.
I don't have any interest in
No, but he works for my father. You may have heard of him.
it. Rolf Klink!
I was waiting for that cue. Just
Good
like
morning, sir. What a pleasant surprise. Can I get you a coffee? A Danish?
a
Try
24-carat
one of
diamond
your daughters.
necklace.
mind.
Will you tie my tie?
Clear I'm interrupting. Who is this person? I don't believe we've met.
I'm sorry, this is our marriage counselor.
A marriage counselor? Goodness gracious.
Let
I
me
brought
stop you right
to
there,
a
Ralph.
proctologist. A good marriage
Well, I'm also
is
a
built on
proctologist.
mutual delusion. The pursuit of truth will only lead to misery. With all due respect to you and your, profession...
No, he just stick a pastry in
you
his
would be
mouth.
better off
Snicker,
seeking
snicker,
the
snort.
service of an astrologer. I think we can fix anything that needs fixing in this marriage.
Your wheeze
with
coming
a
out of your,
relaxing
word
day
balloon
on
there,
my
buddy.
yacht.
Great idea.
We're dealing with an adulterous affair, a pregnancy, and a murder.
Precisely. A whole lot of misery.
Nothing a good yacht won't
the
solve.
investigation of which will lead to a great deal more misery. Yale, you need to exercise some authority and do the manly thing before this situation gets out of hand.
Yes, sir. Helen, I love you, money. I mean, honey, and
Oh,
I'd like you
come
to
on.
consider accepting
Rolf,
this
the best
small
marriage
gift.
counselor.
Good boy.
Is Yale the ghost of Christmas past or something?
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, stop this. This
Would
is
you
annoying.
please butt out?
So I guess that way we wouldn't have learned the truth about the thing, but whatever.
Sure.
What are you doing here?
Good morning, sir. What a pleasant surprise. Can I get you a coffee? A Danish? You should try one of your daughters.
Never mind. It's clear I'm interrupting.
No, that's my
Who
job.
is this person? I don't believe we've met.
I'm sorry, this is our marriage counselor.
A marriage counselor?
Hold on a second, Ralph.
Let me get my eraser tool here.
That's an interesting question to come from an alleged marriage counselor.
The jig's up.
Seen you before, loafing around the police station.
Your interrupting reminded me of that.
Tree likes to joke that rats like you end up sealed silent
What?
in a wall of freshly poured concrete.
On my yacht.
Jim, would
You just smiled for a
kindly
tiny
remove
second
this
there.
person from the premises?
Who's Jim?
All right,
Whoa.
you. Let's move it.
Goodbye.
And then we get walled up.
You just made me an unhappy camper.
You know, I think I think I understand where the author was going with it, the entire Ambition series.
Okay.
Somehow, even though this started out with a guy strapping bombs to his chest and jumping out a window, the central thesis is bitches be crazy.
Sounds about right.
I
Sylvie, what role does food play in your life?
don't know. I want to binge on pastries and chew myself in the head after trying to deal with this. What I don't get either is like he has this Gibson, I mean, has this like weird vocabulary where he uses big words but can't quite spell or doesn't use them right. Like I don't understand.
Just went to like bigwords.com or something?
I know, and he's throwing all that. Oh,
Hey, this looks good, this looks good, this looks good.
It's like I need to highlight this, right click, hit thesaurus. Mm-hmm. Give me a bigger word for that.
Yeah.
I love that too. Just like, yeah, you've been cheating on me. Oh my god, a necklace. I love you. I don't know what part 10 holds for us.
Fortunately, it holds the end.
Yes. Pinstripe Hourglasses apparently has a lot to edit with it, and well, I'm more than willing to help him do it, by the way. He's been super nice to do all this for us.
Yes. A hero.
He really is. Not the hero we wanted, but the hero we deserved. Is that how that goes?
Not the hero we wanted. But...
That's my gimmick, diabetes! Alright, that's right.
That's right.